chapter I read was on hunger.
Starts off with one story about his own hunger.
I think it was the experience he had at the Air Force Academy where he went out on
A training exercise where he was without food for a number of days.
And then, of course, he takes that and turns it into a spiritual lesson on what kind of spiritual food do we nourish or not nourish ourselves with.
And he gives us physical hunger as a way of letting us know what our spiritual hunger is like. And so it's this great way that God uses a natural bodily function that we have to describe our spiritual bodily function.
Would you ever describe yourself to someone as frail? I sure wouldn't. I tend to think of myself as invincible, that I'm never going to die, or at least not for a really long time. But we're kidding ourselves, right? And there are 1,000 ways that we can lose our lives in a second. Many of them are in very small ways. Of course, we can die by having a building fall over on top of us, but we can also lose our lives by just having a few of our cells go haywire. So we're all walking around in this incredibly delicate balance between life and death every single day. You know, one way that we can see human frailty is to look at humans who are hungry. I don't know if you've ever missed a meal or two, but it starts to affect things like our mood and our energy levels. Or if you've ever fasted for a full day or two, you know that your body starts to get really, really weak. So we tend to think of hunger in these very physical terms because the only time we notice we're hungry is when our body needs food. But hunger also paints this amazing picture of something deep going on inside each one of us. You know, we all have these cravings, these longings for acceptance and significance and love and meaning. And none of these cravings go unaddressed. We all try and satisfy this deeper hunger with something. You know, some of us do it with food, and others do it with sex or relationships. Still others try and do it with career. Even some spiritually minded people try and satisfy their cravings with religion or rituals or study. But none of these things satisfy. So this chapter is all about these cravings and what they tell us about ourselves and what Jesus tells us their purpose is. You know, there's a lot going on in this chapter. It's a fun read. There's also a lot of meat to chew on. So pull up a chair, dig in, and I hope you find satisfaction to your deepest cravings in the process.